So did everybody go through the class video yesterday? I hope there was no issue, there's no problem. Everyone was able to watch the video. Okay. So today we will start with the essential or characteristics of decision making. Okay, we'll try to finish decision making today so that tomorrow we'll move on to business planning, which would be the last topic of your first unit. So first point is decision is the last process. Now last process means that in any process decision making is at the end of it, because we have to perform all the analysis, all the reading, all the mental thinking and collection of information or data, whatever, and at the end we take the decision. Just as in the case of a competition, everything happens before the decision for the winner is taken, right? So decision in any case is the last process or the last step. Decision is the best selected alternative. So we have already discussed that what is decision making? It is the act of selecting the best alternative out of every alternative available, right? Then decision making might be positive or negative. So every decision has a positive aspect or a negative aspect. There may be positive effects of a decision and there may be negative effects of a decision. So for example, I decide to fire 10 people from my organization. That would be a negative decision, but that same decision will have a positive impact on the organization's finances. Okay, then decision may relate to the end or means or both. Okay, so a decision may be the end. What does end means or both? A decision may start an activity or it may end an activity. For example, when I am taking the decision to start a new or launch a new product, okay, what product I will launch will be the initiating decision, right? And at the end of it, I may take a decision that this product is maybe not doing well, so I should stop the decision. So that would be the end of any activity or process. Okay. Next we come to decision making shows rights. So decision making shows rights means when for example, there is a competition and I am the judge. Okay. Obviously, I would be the person who will be given the right to judge or select the winner. Agree? Can everybody hear me? Yes. Okay. So it shows that there is a right to take the decision. So I would be the judge, so I can take the decision of who wins the competition. Alright? So it shows, decision making shows that certain person who is taking the decision has the right to take the decision, has the authority, has the right amount of occupational capacity. Okay? Then decision making is an indicator of a commitment. Now decision, when we take a decision, we have discussed that after taking the decision, it's not like we're done with it. Okay, every entrepreneur has to keep on making sure that the decision that has been taken is right for the organization, or it has a positive effect on the organization at some point. Okay, so the entrepreneur has to be committed to the decision. Whatever decision has been taken, we stick to it and act upon it. We do not keep on changing the decision. For example, the entrepreneur takes up a marketing strategy decision. Okay, so whatever strategy that person has decided, they have to stick to it. You cannot go on changing the strategy every single day or every single week. Okay, that will be very inconvenient. So whatever has to be decided, firstly it has to be thought upon, and then once it is decided, you have to commit to it. Okay, next is advice of specialist. So a decision needs an advice of specialist. Now specialist can be anyone who is expert in that field. For example, whenever there is a competition, there are judges who are invited. Okay, those judges are usually people who have done well in that particular field. For example, if it is a drawing competition or a painting competition, a well-known painter or a person who has been teaching arts or doing painting for a number of years will be invited as a judge. Okay, so that person would be the specialist, and they advise us regarding what should be the right decision to take. Okay, in case of organizations also, there are various decisions to be taken, and the entrepreneur alone cannot be responsible for so many decisions. Okay, so what they do is they consult, they take counseling, they take help, they get involved in entrepreneurship development programs where a specialist is various experts and specialists are invited, and the entrepreneur can take guidance from them. Okay, we will discuss entrepreneurship development programs in detail in the I think in the last unit it is there. Okay, and lastly we have time factor. Now every decision has an objective. Okay, yesterday we discussed that every decision has to have an objective in mind. So the objective has to be achieved, but we cannot vaguely set an objective and not set a time factor to it. Okay, the objective has to be achieved, but by when it has to be achieved, that also has to be decided. Okay, so the time factor is an essential part of decision making, because the decision has to be taken at the right time, and also it should relate to achieving the ultimate goal or the objective at the right time as well. Okay, so are these points clear to everyone? We move on to nature of decision making. Now nature of decision making involves various points. What are they? First of all, it's a continuous process. By continuous process we mean that decision making doesn't stop at one point, it continues, or after one decision has been taken, it has to be monitored whether the decision is working out right or in the right direction in order to achieve the objective. Okay, so it's a continuous process. After one decision, there's another decision that has to be taken, and it goes on. Okay, when we are talking about the organization or working in an enterprise. Alright, then evaluation. So evaluation also has to be done in order to ensure that the decision that we had taken is leading us in the right direction or not. Okay, so evaluation of the decision, evaluation of the result of the decision has to be done by the organization. Next is rationality. Rationality means every decision has to be rational. It should not be emotional. In a business, when we are working, it is not a good activity to be involved in an emotional decision making. Okay, emotions cut down our ability to think clearly. Okay, and they impact our decisions in the wrong way or in the negative way. For example, I own a company and I'm hiring people. I'm looking for people who can work for me. One of my friend comes in and asks me for the job. Okay. My friend does not possess the required amount of qualifications, the experience, okay, that is required, but my friend is in a very poor state and is economically or financially very weak and needs the job very badly. Okay, what should I do? As an entrepreneur, what should be my decision? Tell me. Should I hire him or should I it would show a positive aspect of me from the point of view of being a friend, okay, but from the point of view of an entrepreneur, it would not be the right decision to be taken. Okay, it would not be the rational decision to take. Why? Because when I'm thinking about my friend, I'm not thinking rationally, I am emotionally, I'm thinking emotionally. Okay, so if I hire my friend for doing that job and I refuse somebody who actually possesses the qualification, the experience for the job, I would be denying a favorable chance for my organization to succeed. Okay, a good employee helps in the success of the organization. If that person is not capable of doing the job, why should I hire him or her? Okay, so it would not be the right decision to take. Okay, so we have to think rationally and not emotionally. Is that clear? Next, moving on to commitment. Okay, commitment, we already discussed that this decision making requires commitment. Okay, sometimes when we decide or we take a decision or choose an alternative, it may not turn out to be very successful initially. Okay, for example, you all decided to opt for MCOM. Okay, by doing MCOM, when you initially start the classes, sometimes you may feel that it's not my cup of tea, I'm not able to follow, or maybe I'm not able to understand what the subjects are, or the teachers are not able to connect with the students, whatever is the problem. Okay, I do not commit to my decision and I opt for another course. Okay, that would not be a right decision to take. Okay, so everyone who takes a decision has to be committed to it. At least give that decision a fair thought, a fair chance to actually work out. Okay, in business also, we cannot switch. We already discussed that we cannot switch decisions or strategies every moment or every day or every week. Okay, it's difficult because there are a lot of activities that are involved in it. Okay, so commitment is required in order for any decision to be successful. Okay, then part of management process. So decision making is part of the management process. How, we will discuss in the future slides as well. Okay, but just in short, if I have to say, decisions are required in every segment or every section of the organization. There are various activities involved in organization. You may have studied planning, organizing, controlling, recruiting. Okay, so all these activities require decision making. So decision making is a part of the entire management process. Okay, not just one or two activities. Next, goal oriented. Goal oriented means every decision is taken with a goal in mind, with an objective in mind. Like when we were going to hire my friend, would we have reached our objective of hiring the best possible candidate that we could get for the job? For example, I was hiring a financial manager. Okay, when the person does not have the required amount of experience or capability that is needed for the job, he or she may not be able to do the job with full commitment or with full capacity. Okay, and there may be mistakes committed by him or her. So I will not be able to achieve my goal by that decision. Okay, so every decision has to be goal oriented or originate with the goal in mind. Okay, next, existence of alternatives means every decision has a lot of alternatives, out of which the best alternative is chosen. Decision making is not a decision. So decision making is not a decision, it is an activity which involves a resulting outcome of a decision. Okay, we take the decision in order to perform decision making activity. Okay, so these are simple points, we will just quickly go through them. Then importance of decision making, what are the importance? Also I will be providing you with detailed notes in case you are not able to write it on your own, which you should be able to because you are in post-graduation final year. So I expect everybody to write the description in their own words, whatever we discuss in class. Since the first class I've been telling you all, but in case any of you do not get the time or whatever you are not able to write the description, I would be providing a link to these points or the details of these points in Moodle. Okay, I've already loaded the points of risk taking, so just go through them, download those notes and read through them. If there's anything that you do not understand, you can ask me in class. Okay, so moving on, importance of decision making. This determination of policies of the enterprise. Decision making helps us in deciding or designing the policies of the enterprise. Okay, so determination of policies requires decision making. Okay, we need to decide what would be the policy, what would be the regulations, what would be the rules, what would be the timing of the organization. All these things have to be decided in advance. Plus, while the organization is working or going on or running, there are various decisions that have to be taken, various rules that have to be made while actually working. Okay. Next, comprehensive area. What does comprehensive area mean? It means that it involves a lot of activities, not just one or two departments or areas. Okay. So it includes almost everything that is existing within the organization. So it is a comprehensive area, means decision making applies to every part of the organization, and it is crucial for every part of the organization because there has to be someone who has to take decisions. For example, there is a top management, then there is middle level employees, and then finally there are workers or employees, right? Every time there is a problem in the organization or something has to be changed or a decision has to be taken, it is not possible for every employee or every manager to discuss and make the top level decide everything. Okay, for that reason decision making is passed on to managers, or they are given the authority and responsibility of taking various decisions depending on the scale of the decision, obviously. Then a key to managerial activities. So managerial activities involve planning, organizing, motivation, coordination, control. All these activities require decision making. How? All these activities need to perform various sub activities within them. Okay, and these activities require various alternatives to be chosen which relates to decision making. Okay, next is the basis of the evaluation of executive performance. Okay, so executive performance. How is executive performance evaluated? By the type of decisions they have taken. Executive performance may refer to performance of managerial staff, it may refer to performance of supervising staff, it may refer to performance of the top level directors. Okay, so these every employee has to take decisions that are in their capability. Their decision has to be the right decision in that particular situation, otherwise it will have a negative impact on the organization. Okay, they have to think it through and only then should they take the decisions. If any decision taken by any employee knowingly or unknowingly impacts the organization in a negative way, there is a chance for that person to be negatively evaluated or negatively reviewed. Okay, for example, if my financial manager does not take the right decision to or decides to invest in a product which is already failing, okay, that would be a wrong decision taken on that person's part or his or her part. Okay, so I will not obviously be happy with my financial manager. Okay, I may even fire him. Okay, so evaluation of executive performance is done through decision making or the decisions they have taken. Next, smooth running of the enterprise. This is very simple, that for every enterprise there are various decisions that have to be taken, and only then can the enterprise work smoothly. Now next we have decision making process. So we'll not be able to cover this today, so we'll cover it tomorrow and finish off decision making tomorrow in tomorrow's class, and in the next week we'll start with business planning. Okay, in the meanwhile I want you to go through the notes that I've uploaded. I'll just quickly show it to you.